Hey guys! Today, we're gonna blast the horde with lightning. I'm going in, guys, I'm going in. I'm gonna give you a status update. I'm throwing a toad. I went invisible. Boom! I did it! I won with 68k! Oh, it's so nice. Holy shit. Did you go closer? No react. Boom. Hopefully I didn't screw up. Oh! Yeah. How long did it get ganked? 5 seconds? 4? Well deserved. Oh no, I'm getting surrounded. How do you do it? Oh, indeed. Oh shit, I got killed, I can't tell you. Well. Try on me? Oh, whoa. I mean, I can't. You walk back from the grave, you'll see me ready to go. What the fuck is this shit? Bam. Let's shoot up a little bit, but it's okay. Oh, it worked. Oh my god. That was kind of fun. I'm kind of lucky to be a crit there. That was 65k. Okay guys, let's go. Let's make this Spectral Tiger into a Spectral Ghost. Stealthing. Boom! Yeah! Insane damage. Do you want to say anything? Anyone? No? No, I guess not. Okay, let's go and leave this place. Oh shit. Okay, let's see how they react. I don't even notice him. He's not saying anything. Okay. Oh, there we go. I mean, I don't know. Check the comment log. Oh my god, there's no one using comment log in this game. This chain lightning, it says it right there. Oh yeah, okay. How did it do it? Indeed, that's the question. How did I? So the question is, how can chain lightning do upwards of 60 to 70k damage? Well, I noticed a really strange thing when attacking a training dummy. Tell me about the chain lightning in this clip. Is there anything special about it? It is the damage. It increases for every target it jumps to. But that's not how chain lightning works normally. Neither elemental or enhancement has any modifier on it that makes it deal increased damage. If anything, chain lightning used to do less damage for every jump it did back in classic. I suspected that the chain lightning cast from Rider Lightning, the PvP talent for Enhancement Shaman, isn't the Shaman version at all. It is actually a raid boss version of chain lightning. Which makes perfect sense when you see the tooltip from an elite NPC in Throne of Thunder. It does 50% more damage per jump, which is exactly the same as Rider Lightning. I was even more convinced that this was the case, after noticing that Mastery doesn't benefit Rider Lightning. Since it isn't our own Chain Lightning, it won't be whitelisted by the Enhancement Mastery. Okay, well, that's all great, but Chain Lightning barely does any damage normally, even less without Mastery scaling. How could this possibly one-shot, even with an additional 125% damage boost? While it won't be increased by Mastery, it'll receive every other Chain Lightning modifier, even those that normally won't work together. We have 110% damage boost from Maelstrom Weapon, we have 230 or 300% from Stormkeeper, depending on how you perform the combo, as well as 50% from the legendary Chains of Devastation. With bad gear, Chain Lightning did a 25k damage crit for me, and after a few days of grinding honor,
Oh, this game is so stupid.
what is that?
Jesus fuck.
Damage is quite insane.
That was a Jesus Christ. What is that stupid execute? 3 in a row, like 80k, 10k, 12k.
It was up at 50k damage. So now on to making the combo itself, which is quite complex, with lots of things that can go wrong. We needed the main target, the one we wanted to kill, to be hit by the third lightning, which means it has to chain to 2 other targets beforehand. Boom! Wait. Oh. Wait, that's not the target I wanted to get, but okay, that worked. For this, I thought of using training dummies, as well as a gently squeezed toads. But I decided to leave out the training dummies, since they have such a long cooldown. I prefer not to build one-shots around them. So that leaves us with the toads, which also has a 3-second cooldown. This means we won't be able to walk up to someone and summon 2 of them instantly. No! Thankfully, it has a real slow travel time, so we're able to cast one, and then have the cooldown reset just as we reach the target, in order to summon a second one. This did sometimes screw up, because the toad didn't find a valid spawn point. This game is so fucking trash! But it worked most of the time, so it was good enough. There was another issue. When we try to storm strike a toad, a melee hit will happen before your storm strike, which means the toad will die, without being able to produce any chain lightning. I made a macro to solve it. First, we spawn the toad under us as we reach the target. Then we target it and set it as our focus target. We will shift back to our last target, which is the enemy player. Then we will storm strike, specifically at the focus target, which will be the toad. This prevents the melee hit from going off and killing the toad. Like, my plan is going to be doing this. Let's say you're standing there. You saw how amazing that was?
No.
No, that was awesome. Like, you don't know how good it was. It was insane because everything worked exactly how I wanted to. Great. Now we have the basic part of the combo done. But it seems unrealistic for the enemy to just stand there and let you walk up to them. Let's go. Can I please be allowed to move for once? Dude, I'm so annoyed people literally come in the moment. Oh. So we took help from an amazing item, the precious Bloodthorn loop. Some of you might remember this from earlier videos I've done. It gives you stealth for 10 seconds, and is obtainable from Gorum in Shadowmoon. The plan is to pre-pop all our cooldowns, including Skyfury Totem, which has a global, at the same time as we throw the toad onto the target, and stealth with the ring. This will make it way less likely for the enemies to notice us. But there was another issue that I came across. How is it 3k off? There's something wrong with this. And that was the damage being less than I expected. I first thought that Storm Strike itself ruined it, since the toad dies by the Storm Strike, not by the Chain Lightning. So maybe that would make the first jump not count to increase the damage. Well, turns out the reason it did less damage is because the toad's hitbox is so small, so the Chain Lightning prefers to jump to the enemy player before the second toad. This would in turn lead to less damage since the player has to be hit the last. After making sure I stack on top of the toad, the Chain Lightning started to work every time. Oh, 98k, oh my god. So now finally, the only issue remaining was a low crit chance. Or so I thought. Boom! I didn't crit. Oh, this game, dude. I started off as Icorian for some great soulbinds, but ultimately decided to shift to Night Fae and tried to make first strike proc for the combo. The reason I didn't go for it earlier is because it won't proc against toads. So I had to make it proc against the enemy player before the Chain Lightning happened, but without spending a global. For this, adding a simple start attack and stop attack did wonders. It made me hit the enemy instantly and get the crit benefit for my Chain Lightning. I even added in Ascendance to the combo, to make sure auto hits have a longer range, just to guarantee the proc. Oh, there we go! This was once again when I noticed the damage being weird, doing less than intended. Ah, så det är något fel! Skitspel! Oh. I knew Stormkeeper was nerfed in PvP to 230%, but I assumed if you had activated the buff before entering PvP combat, the buff would stay 300% during its whole duration, like many other buffs. But it seems like it will instantly be reduced to 230%, It was even lowered by you staying near a debuff for half a second. This obviously impacted the combo when you start with the auto hit. So I had to choose if I want to do more damage with the combo, by making sure Chain Lightning was the absolute first thing to hit the target, since then it would benefit 300% from Stormkeeper. Wait, I'm prepping one shot. Throw the hand! I made it. Oh, the sound helped me, dude. My bell sound helped me get the crit. I'm telling.
Yes, of course.
Or if I want to take the more safe approach, with First Strike, for more crits, as well as being less vulnerable to horde actions. I feel like Sonic. Trust me on this. This is kinda suspicious. Oh, this feels like Gold Cherry in just horde version. 56k. This is kinda, can I even... Now to tell you of the whole combo from start to finish. We use Chain Heal to proc Chains of Devastation. Then we summon Feral Spirits, but instantly dismiss them for Maelstrom stacks. The Maelstrom stacks are also the reason we use Fate Transfusion. Afterwards we Ascendance, and Spirit Walk towards enemy. Throw the Toad, and go Stealth with all cooldowns. Wait for the Toad to spawn, then we summon a second Toad and blast them. Ultimately, the combo ended up great, with the Horde just having a split second to react to the Toad randomly spawning around them, before they got killed. Of course, the target can also move away from the Toad, like this Druid did after being AFK for 10 minutes. Oh, the yoke! I hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more. Wait, what?